These are my new Nirvana covers paintings that I've done on cardboard. I've done 10 so far, and they are tied together with garden twine, as I often do. They're ready to hang on a single nail, so no need to get a frame. I've cut out the shape of the baby, so I quickly painted these in acrylic onto double corrugated cardboard, cut out the baby shape with a box cutter knife, double primed it to make it bright white, and jute string, sewed this jute string around the letters. One of them my girlfriend On did, which I wrote, because if anyone works on my art, then they're a collaborator. I don't believe all this rubbish about artists having assistants. As far as I'm concerned, if your hand has touched the work, you're a co-artist. This one, unfortunately it got covered by the hanging thing, but this on number 1 on sewed those, but that won't apply to anyone because I'm not going to sell number 1, so that's mine, or should I say ours. Nirvana Covers is an album I've recorded. You can watch the songs videos on YouTube, you can listen to the album on YouTube, and the QR code on the front takes you to the information page about that album. That is the image taken from the front cover of Nevermind, which is the most famous Nirvana album. On the back I've got some information. They're all numbered. Are they signed? Yes, they're all signed on the backs. I haven't signed the fronts, although I've written the Camden Market Free Art Man.